Very good job. Cassie, welcome in.
Thank you.
We haven't met before, right?
I don't think
You look
so.
like one of our players from previous years. I don't know. It's hard to tell. But do you play any other sports?
I also swim, and the season's just now starting up, so time to...
Not much time off then.
Oh yeah, not at all. Actually, beach season started about 24 hours after indoor.
Beach volleyball season?
Yeah,
then? Wow.
yeah, the next day.
Great weather right now for Durham.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Who do you mainly play? I mean, Coach mentioned the triad part, maybe over near Kernersville. Is that right?
Well, I play for Beach South. They have a year-round club. That's called the CDP program, and then they also have just a summer club for girls who also play indoor. So I just play beach year-round, and then I also play indoor for high school, obviously.
And the beach, is there a long-term tournament or something you build toward during the course of the season?
Well, at the end of the season, I mean, there's a whole bunch of championship tournaments, but at the end of the season, we all mainly shoot for to make nationals in California. It's Hermosa Beach. I actually ended up playing with Bussy there 2 years in a row.
So you made it out there?
Yeah, we did.
Wow.
I mean, we didn't necessarily win any medals or anything, but it was a really good experience.
Just the experience,
Oh,
yeah. What town was that in out there?
It was in Hermosa Beach.
Hermosa Beach. You almost seem like a California type girl. Have you been there before? Lived there anytime?
Oh, no, sir.
Always here?
I wish, but no.
Yeah, your family, everybody grew up right here then, right? Cassie
Yes,
Thompson. Talk about the experience winning that state championship. What did it mean to you?
Well, I mean, having the experience the previous year, I mean, we got to that championship game and then ended up losing it. So, I mean, I kind of had that bitter taste in my mouth from the previous year, which really, I guess, helped motivate me and, like, really motivated me to help push my team, too, toward that state championship. And then once we got that, it was just, I don't know, it was a kind of a shocking feeling, almost like a relief, I guess.
Can you get it this year? Can you do it again next year, too?
I think so. We have a pretty young team this year. I mean, we even have an 8th grader on our team. I mean,
That 8th grader must be pretty good to be playing on the varsity.
oh yeah. I mean, at first when I found out we were having a middle schooler, I was like, you know. But I mean, she played really well this season. She got quite a few kills and a few blocks, and we've become really close. So.
What is the strength of your game? The most important part of your game, the strength of your game, you'd say?
Well, I mean, I am a hitter, but I think I do better defensively. So I've been training as a hitter like my whole life, but I think my defense really ups
We
my
talk to
game.
these football players and basketball players, baseball guys, setting goals before a game. I'm going to try to get 3 touchdowns. I'm going to try to score at least maybe 15 points. I'm going to try to maybe in the baseball game try to score a couple of runs. Do you have a set number of kills you like to set yourself up for the game? Do you set any goals there, or is it just kind of take what comes?
Right. Well, I mean, it really depends because of the amount of sets you get throughout the match. But Coach Bo always keeps tabs, you know, and I try and keep like within the top 1 or 2 kill percentage for the game, and then also for passing. He ranks each of our passes on a scale of 1 to 3, and we have we had the senior this year keep track of all those passes, and we had a goal of 2.5 out of 3, I think, for one of the last games. So.
Now, I haven't seen the game, so I'm kind of visualizing something now. Is setting the ball up, do your girls like to set it and send it across the court, or set it right to someone beside you? Which is a better route to go there? Because some people like to kind of switch it to the other side. Somebody from the back line comes and just kills the ball.
I mean, I think that's a really big aspect of it is just mixing up where the set goes, because the blockers on the other side, especially with a lot of these teams we've played, they're really athletic girls, so they get up, and the setter really has to like make that decision of where to put the ball, and like shooting it way across the court. A lot of times the block isn't expecting it, so then the hitter just has like an open swing.
And so we hadn't talked about too. The coach sometimes we envision too watching the volleyball, kind of the fake hits. You know, people come in the back, come flying away, they're going to hit, and they don't. Person behind them comes in and slams the ball down.
Yeah, Coach Bo likes to make a lot of drills. He creates names for them. Yeah, he creates them. A lot of different plays that we do. We have one called Horns, one called Red. I don't really know where these names come from. I think Red actually came from a Taylor Swift song, but yeah, so he likes to have a lot of decoy hits.
He's got a lot of ideas that he brings to your team as well.
Oh
as a
yeah,
coach.
definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, he claims he's only a baseball coach and doesn't really know volleyball that well, but he works really hard for it. And
He's an innovator
it pays
then.
off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I guess it helps too. I mean, any coach loves to come out and have a team where the girls are all involved in all season work and probably go to camps and a lot of different training too.
Yes, training starts actually I think in June. We do like a few summer conditionings in the morning, and then we have open gyms, and like just having the season start so early, I don't know, it just makes it it makes it count for a lot more in the end.
And we talked to a little bit about that going back with Lauren about beating those public schools like the Southwest and the Page and Northeast. You felt the same experience, so you kind of win, and they took you for granted, and expect you girls to be able to take
Definitely.
over?
I think those victories might have been sweeter than any other victories in the
That's
season.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, even when we walked in the gym, the refs leaned over to Coach Bo and said, Caldwell Academy, where are you guys from? And he was like, Greensboro, like, off of Horse
And these were
Creek.
like local refs, too,
Oh,
right?
yeah, and I don't know, that was just kind of shocking, but like once we had those victories, it was nice because I felt like we earned a little bit of respect.
Probably see a different look next year when you go in those places,
Yeah, I
right?
hope so.
I didn't ask the coaches. We'll probably ask you. Maybe you can kind of fill up the coach here. Do you think the schools now will be, since you've established yourself, are they going to be more apt to play you, or do they think they're going to stay away from you? Because there's a threat you guys might come in to beat them again. What do you think's going to happen
Well,
there
I
now?
mean, I think because we're not part of their system,
Conference,
their conference, that, I mean, it won't really, I don't know how to say this, but it won't really matter if they lose a match to us because we're not part of their
It's almost
system.
like an exhibition match. It still counts on your
Yeah, I guess so.
schedule.
I think it's just a really good
It
experience.
can make
to be
them a
able to
better
play those
team
teams.
against the girls like you, you know? Wait, you versus Northwest, I told Coach, but that'd be a great matchup there.
Yeah, I
Your
would
team
love to
versus
play them. I mean, I
Northwest.
have a lot of buddies on that team. So it'd be, quite a rivalry going on, but
Right.
it'd be fun.
I mean, there's a question I thought about today. I didn't think I'd ask. I asked this question.
Okay.
They got their game on TV Saturday. Would you have liked to have had your game on
I
Time
mean,
Warner Cable last Saturday?
Yeah, I would have loved to. I mean, I know we've had a few games videoed, but I think they were just online, so maybe we can get working on
Working
that.
that for the future, right?
Yeah.
Will you be watching their game on Saturday, see what they're up to?
Probably. I mean, as I said, I had a lot of girls who I played indoor with previously on that team and that I've established like really good relationships with, so I'll probably be there in support.
What do you think your future is in volleyball?
Well, as of right now, I plan to play in college, specifically beach, because I think I have a better chance with that, and I enjoy
You
that
got to go to
game
the West
more.
Coast to play that, or the
Well,
East Coast too?
It's a really fast-growing sport right now, and so there's a lot of East Coast schools that have it right now, and it's really fast-growing, like I said. But so there's a lot of like upcoming programs that are being established, and so as I reach senior year, I'll have more of an option for.
There'll be any,
East Coast.
volleyball scholarship money available for those? You think?
Yes,
there might
sir. Mainly indoor, but I mean, like I said, with beach, it's just growing a lot. So I think there's going to be more and more scholarship money available.
be? Crazy thing is, what about conditioning out there? You only got 2 people playing the whole game. Is the conditioning level different?
Conditioning for Beach South, the club I play for, we have, I think half of our practice is conditioning, and we have 2 CrossFit sessions a week.
You throw the
to
tires
get
and all that
in
stuff
shape.
around?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Sled pushes.
What are you going to train for CrossFit around here?
I actually go to CrossFit on Norwalk.
Okay. I mean, that's
Yeah.
been there for a little while. Established location.
Yeah,
Good.
it's great.
And how do you like that kind of workout?
I mean, it's a lot different, honestly, than anything else because I've never really lifted before that, and for a teenage girl, it's a little different than what other conditioning I have had in the past. So I mean, it's different, but I enjoy
Do they
it.
streamline the CrossFit? Say you come in as a volleyball player. Do they have a special CrossFit program specialized for volleyball players?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, our coach Scott knows the guy who owns it, John, really well, and so they've worked together to establish a volleyball-specific workout that really helps with like vertical.
Good call, the volleyball specific workout. Good call there. Serving. What about your serving ability? Talk about that a little bit.
I mean,
How's your serve?
My serving hasn't been too great in the past, but I started jump serving this year, which I think increased my ace percentage over the season. So I'll continue to work on that definitely for senior year.
Take us back to that state title run, Friday's game, first of all against Heroes Academy. Talked to the coach about that, talked as well to Lauren about that.
Oh, yeah.
What was it like for you?
I mean, honestly, after losing the first 2 sets of that game, I was shocked, honestly. I just didn't want our season to end that way. And I looked at Bussy and it was like, this is your senior year. How do you want your season to end? And I mean, just coming back in that 3rd set, I don't know. I feel like we like really motivated ourselves to get through that match and just for the rest of the playoffs because once we knew that we were down, we could continue coming back.
So that kind of set the stage the rest of the way. Once you overcame that, you feel like you do anything maybe?
Definitely, yes, sir.
Was Davidson Day as tough as any team you faced all year long?
I mean, I don't think Davidson Day necessarily had an amazing game because we played them earlier and didn't do so well against them. We took a loss, but they had some pretty big hitters up front, and that they were unstoppable. So.
Could you learn a little bit from that first loss? Sometimes they say it's good to play a team once and meet them again if you lost them. Maybe you learned something the first time.
Yeah, we learned some strategies and like ways to work against them. I guess how they work, how they run things.
What do you do other than volleyball?
I swim. I used
You
to
talked
swim.
about swimming
yeah,
already,
I used
right,
to swim
right,
year
right.
round. So swimming is starting back up. I don't do it anymore outside of school.
Do they have a swim team at Caldwell too?
Yes,
okay,
sir.
Gotcha.
We have
learned something new right there. Okay.
I think 2 state titles since I've been swimming, which was I started doing in 7th grade.
Other than Caldwell, where do you swim? Other places too, or just?
I used to
Do
swim.
they have a pool there? Let me ask that question.
Oh no, we actually have to rent pool space somewhere else.
Where do you
so.
go for that?
We used
Spheres?
to pyramids.
Pyramids.
Pool, yes, sir.
Way out on the far side of town. The pyramids. Gosh.
That was actually those practices
Probably
were like
pyramids on Window
5:30.
Gravity, right? Because pyramids far on east. I don't think pyramids east has the swim.
On
It's on
Wendover.
west.
It's near.
Gotcha,
It's like
gotcha.
2 minutes from CrossFit.
Gotcha. Yeah, the pyramids now on 16th Street now is the sportsplex. All these things kind of rearrange and change over the years. So the swimming, any other sports? No basketball, no soccer. Stay away from them.
No, yeah, I'm staying away from basketball.
Do you attend those games to support the other students at the school? Then,
Yeah,
or join?
definitely, because I really appreciate when students attend our games, so I kind of, want to repay
Did
them.
you get that kind of support when you were going to the state titles? The rest of the school, did they load up a bus and bring people down to watch that championship
Yeah,
match?
not this year. I mean, last year we had a whole bunch of students come. I think that's mainly because it was like 10 minutes away. It was really convenient,
close to
but
home, yeah.
we had a lot of people come to our home games and help support. So
Who do you think's the greatest volleyball player to ever live?
to ever live, I mean, obviously I would have to say Carrie Walsh, just because she's earned so many medals and so many titles, and she even played in the Olympics like while she was pregnant, and that was just, I don't know, that was really inspirational.
And the greatest coach ever?
Greatest coach ever, I'd have to say it's a pretty even tie between Coach Bo and Coach Scott. Both of them, they really help us grow as athletes, but not just that, like as people. Coach Bo he does Wednesday devotions with us,
a good
and just
thing.
like really gets in touch with our personal lives outside of volleyball and helps us grow as people.
So Coach Bo on the inside, Coach Scott on the outside, your outside coach, right?
Yes, sir.
Very good. What have you learned from Coach Bo, other than we talked about the volleyball? What have you learned from him volleyball-wise? And you mentioned the devotional things you do as outside of all. What have you learned from him volleyball-wise?
Volleyball-wise, well, he claims obviously that he's just a baseball coach, doesn't like, just a baseball coach, but he thinks volleyball and baseball are the same sport. I mean, Coach Bo isn't necessarily, he's not like, he doesn't really tone it on skills, but more of like working together as a team. And I think that's really what helped us get through state playoffs, because he always says that it's not the team with the most skill, it's the team that comes together and plays together at the right time.
Is there another sport that volleyball is like to you, similar to?
I don't know, maybe don't let the balloon hit the floor.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's a good point. What about, how do you make all this last? How do you keep it going? I mean, what you did this past Saturday, you don't want it to leave out of you. You got other things, you got other responsibilities now, but
Yes,
how do you
sir.
make this thing last for a while and taking the whole moment and enjoy it?
Well, I mean, we had a all-school assembly today, I think as Bussy was talking about, and we had a nice slideshow with some lovely pictures. And I mean, I think just throughout the rest of the year, we'll always be reminded. We have that trophy case that we walk by every time I go to Coach Po's office, which is about every day. And I mean, next year and all the upcoming seasons, we're just going to be reminded of that.
And 25 years down the road, where do you see yourself maybe?
Well, Coach Bo's convinced that I'm going to be a crazy cat lady, but I have other plans. I mean, I want to do something in the math and science field because that's what I'm really passionate about. So,
And the cats are out of the question then?
I mean, I really like cats, so I might have a few sticking around, but
And if you had to go back and do it all again, starting back from when you first got into this sport, do you do it the same way?
I would do it the same way, definitely.
No changes along the way?
No, my heart is full.
That's a good thing. The heart is
Yeah.
full, so you've accomplished what you need to do. But is there anything out there you still want to get done in this sport at Caldwell?
Oh yeah, next year I want another state title,
Back-to-back titles.
but that's something to work for.
Any other Thompson siblings, brothers or sisters? Any other siblings?
I mean, I have a sister, Lydia, who's at UNC right now. She actually got me started in volleyball. She played in 6th grade and kind of motivated me to try out for the team. She doesn't play anymore because swimming was her main sport. We swam together too. So,
Well, what I'm going to do now is tell you congratulations on the state championship.
Thank
Good job.
you.
Excellent job in interviews, girls. Tonight we had Lauren Buss and Cassie Thompson, Caldwell Academy. Coach Dan Bozarf did a great job. Thank you for being here, folks. Outstanding.
thank you.
Outstanding.